Mr. Platinum 1989, this is going to be my final resolution review. Now, I think TNA has had a good streak of pay-per-views going back to probably Destination X. I enjoyed that pay-per-view. AJ claiming the title. Um, we had the Ultimate X match. Then we had Lockdown the next month. We had Sacrifice, one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. Then we had Slammiversary. Then we had Victory Road, which a lot of people didn't like, but I enjoyed. Some people didn't like it because like none of the young talent got put over, but they have to give the heel talents and a main event mafia at the time had to make them look strong right before they crumble. To make their crumble actually mean something. And I was a fan of matchups like Beer Money versus Booker T and Scott Steiner. Years from now, I could look back at that match and think, wow, Beer Money faced two of the greatest tag champions, in their respective teams. At one point, but and then Hard Justice was great with Matt Morgan in the main event, and the Pope debuted it. Um, No Surrender was great. AJ winning. Bound for Glory was great. Turning Point was great, and now we have Final Resolution. First match, tag title, Motor City Machine Guns versus the British Invasion. Now I missed this match, so um, I only saw the end of it. Now as for the British Invasion retaining, I'm not mad about that at all. British Invasion has been looking kind of weak these last few weeks compared to how they looked these previous months. So I don't mind them getting a win over Motor City Machine Guns, and I still feel that the Motor City Machine Guns time is coming soon. Now I don't know if that's gonna happen against the next champs, um, Kevin Nash and somebody. I'll get to why Kevin Nash has a title shot later, or if it's gonna happen on the January 4th show, Motor City Machine Guns versus British Invasion rematch, and then they win the titles. That would be so sweet. Next, we have Knockouts title ODB versus Tara, and Tara is the new champ. Another match that I missed um, until the end. Now, Tara, I kind of don't like that they're making it seem that this is Tara's first title win. They haven't flat out said that, but the way they keep talking about it, they're not really mentioning anything at all about her previous title run when she first came into the company, which makes me believe that either they regret it, they feel that they rushed it, which I felt they rushed it at the time. But I don't know. So she's a two-time champ now, but she's making it seem like it's her first time winning. But I do like that we see emotion from Tara. You don't really see that too much today in when someone wins the title and stuff. They don't really talk about how happy they are to win it. They just walk around with the belt. Now, Feast of Fire match. I was a big fan of this match. Some people can say what they want, but this year it had less competitors, so it wasn't as hard to follow. Um, and some of us, well, I wanted Joe to get the world title. That's all I cared about. And Joe got a briefcase. Not Cody Deaner, sorry. Rob Terry got a briefcase. Sheik Abdul Bashir and Kevin Nash. Now, when they opened these briefcases, oh yeah, quick note. I thought there would be a briefcase for the global championship, but I guess they're waiting to change that rule. Um, the rules that this guy set forth, they're probably gonna change them once Hogan comes in and stuff like that. Now, Samoa Joe winning the world title shot, I'm very happy about that. Samoa Joe has dropped his Nation of Violence gimmick and he's basically back to how he used to be, which is great. Some people say he's out of shape, but I don't think so. He's big, but he still can move fast, etc., etc. Kevin Nash tag team titles. I don't mind about that. Some people are complaining. Hey, nobody said he's gonna win the tag titles, and even if he does, I don't expect him to have title run of the century. Um, Now, Rob Terry and Sheik, I love how they were basically teasing. It's simple. It's simple to believe that Sheik Abdul Bashir is gonna get an X Division title shot, considering that he's a former X Division champ and he's the one that gets fired. And Rob Terry, which everybody wants to get fired and thinks is gonna fire, most people want him. he got the title shot. So that was hilarious. And I've heard that Sheikh Abdul Bashir is legitly gone from TNA. So I enjoyed that match a lot. 8-man elimination match. I enjoyed this match as well, with the angle that Hernandez is by himself at first and the different ways that people got eliminated. I liked it as well. I think everybody got a chance to shine and show what they could do in this match. And we had Matt Morgan eliminate Team 3D at the end, you know. So that's good. And maybe they'll start to move on from this. Not sure. We'll see. I'm not saying I'll be mad if they don't, you know. I've been enjoying it thus far. They just need to single out some of the feuds instead of it just being a big faction feud. Last man standing, Bobby Lashley versus Scott Steiner. I love the Frankensteiner that Scott Steiner put on Bobby Lashley. Now, I know that he's done it in every match these last few months that he's been in, every pay-per-view match. But being the athlete that Bobby Lashley is, Bobby Lashley went flying across the ring. It was great. And I like the finish with the weapon use and the spear. So Bobby Lashley wins, and he still had the title shot, folks. Don't forget that. Raven and Steven Richards versus Mick Foley and Abyss. I enjoyed this match as well. I love the history between Raven, Dr. Stevie, and Mick Foley, and bringing Abyss into that as well. And Abyss has history with Raven as well as Steven Richards now. So I don't mind these guys, you know, fighting it out and all that stuff. Yeah, nothing else I can say. I enjoyed the match. It was, you know, a hardcore match, and it wasn't one of those hardcore matches that was rushed. You know, they gave it time, so I enjoyed it. 3 Degrees of Pain, Kurt Angle versus Desmond Wolfe. Another amazing match between these two. I just don't know what else to say about this match. It had everything that I enjoyed when I watch a wrestling match, and every single match made it feel different. The first one with the fall, they couldn't use the cage. That was a unique stipulation that I didn't even think of, and that was pretty cool. Then the second match with the, you know, submission only, so we got to see a submission match. And then the third match, I really loved the finish. It was hilarious. Desmond Wolfe tapping out like crazy and then shaking unconsciously. And then when he wakes up, he notices and he tries to get out. It was pretty exciting. And we had Kurt Angle go over, which I think is good. So now he could move towards a title shot with AJ Styles. And Desmond Wolfe still looks very strong in this match. You know, he got a pin over Kurt Angle, a clean pin. Kurt Angle was knocked out after the Tower of London. So I don't know which one I preferred between this match and the match last month, because I really look at them as part of one feud, like I just look at it as one big match because it's just amazing. So I don't know which one I prefer. I'll talk about that in another bit. Now, TNA World Title match, AJ Styles versus Daniel. I think this was flat out phenomenal, and we got to see everything we thought we would see if they put two X Division original people, two people from the original X Division, if they eventually built their way up to the world main event scene. So you can say what you want about TNA, but if you look down the card and, you know, sit back for a while and really think about it deeply, we have Kurt Angle putting over a young talent, which why not? And the young talent happens to be Desmond Wolfe. We have AJ Styles and Daniels competing for a world title match. Who would have thought a couple years from now? We would have hoped, but we didn't think it would happen the way some things looked like they were going. We have the 8-man where the young talent was just put over. It's just the last man, young talent put over. It's just great. I don't know. I'm a big fan of TNA. Recently. Now, there's things that you could complain about, and, you know, if there's things you don't like about TNA, put them in the comments. If there's things you do like, put it in the comments. Either way, I'm a big fan of it, and I cannot wait till January 4th. This pay-per-view was great. After I pretty much enjoyed every match I saw. I didn't say it was match of the year contender, but I enjoyed the match, so I enjoyed the pay-per-view, and a lot of things that directions TNA could go for Genesis. Mr. Black the Man 1989 out. Stay tuned for my next vid.